Good afternoon and welcome to the Premier League final day coverage here on LFS. And it's all come down to this. 10 games with a vast majority of them, 5 of them, have something on the line. 3 include a relegation battle that has brought us to the final day once again. 37 games down and just 1 to go as it all comes down to this. 3 teams fighting for just 1 place in the Premier League next season and 3 teams at the other end battling for the final European spot for next season's Europa Conference League. And it's crunch time for Everton, who know a victory against Bournemouth will preserve their top flight status for a 69th straight season. Solid form in this crucial final month of the campaign has helped them maintain control of their own destiny, with only Manchester City getting the better of them in the last 4 Premier League matches. But the Toffees know that anything less than a win could open the door for Leeds United and Leicester City, both 2 points behind them and inside the relegation zone. With home games against Tottenham and West Ham, both look to have tougher assignments on paper than the Merseysiders. Yet look away, Everton fans, because your side have a worrying record of losing 5 of the last 6 season finales, one of which came at Goodison Park against Bournemouth in 2019-2020 season. That was just one of 4 straight competitive head-to-head wins for Bournemouth, who have enjoyed encounters with Everton in recent years. In each of those contests, they've scored 3+ goals, but it's hard to see a repeat of that feat here, based on the fact they've netted 1 or fewer in 5 of their last 6 Premier League matches. The last 3 games in that run all ended in defeats for the Cherries, which adds some weight to the notion that they've taken their foot off the gas pedal after securing their own Premier League survival. However, with 5 at present, perhaps matching their highest tally of Premier League away wins in a single season, might give them some added motivation to get the win that will be so dearly welcomed by Leeds and Leicester. Hello and welcome to LFS on the Premier League final day. I'm Kevin Ferris and I'll carry you through the afternoon with all the scores from every final game, with key focus on the key games this afternoon. I'll also provide extra context and information from Goodison Park with commentary throughout as well. So don't go anywhere. Sit back and enjoy what is to come on this Premier League final day. Well, 10 games all around the grounds, and let's run you through those final day fixtures then before we get team news from our 3 relegation games. Arsenal kick off against Wolves. Aston Villa against Brighton in Aston Villa's hope for that 7th place. Brentford will look to do a league double over Manchester City, the first team to do that this season. They host them at the G-Tech. Chelsea and Newcastle battle it out. Chelsea, their lowest points tally ever, and Newcastle in the Champions League. Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest, both safe. They face off at Sellers Park. The big tie, the big fixture of the day, one of the biggest. Everton against Bournemouth at Goodison. Leeds Tottenham at Elland Road. Leeds are looking to avoid relegation, and Tottenham looking for that 7th spot. Leicester looking to avoid relegation. They host already safe West Ham, and a European Conference League final for West Ham to come as well. Manchester United host Fulham as they wrapped up top 4 in the week, and Liverpool hoping for a positive end to the season. They visit already relegated Southampton. Well, as the players look to enter the pitch here at Goodison Park, let's look at the two teams then. Everton start with Jordan Pickford in goal. A back 4 of Connor Cody, Yerry Mina, James Tarkowski, and a Dwight McNeil appearance in a back 4. Idrissa Gueye, Amadou Onana, and Abdoulaye Doucouré in a midfield, with James Garner, Demarai Gray, and Alex Iwobi the attacking players. For Bournemouth, Mark Travers starts in goal. A back 4 of Adam Smith, Ilya Zabarny, Senesi, and Kelly in the back 4. A midfield 2 of Jefferson Lerma and Philip Billing. And an attacking 4 of Ryan Christie, David Brooks, who's returning, and Dango Uatara and Dominic Solanke, the former Liverpool player, starting up front. We'll cross over to the other games then, as we see as Leicester against West Ham then at the King Power Stadium. Daniel Everson starts in goal. Timothy Castagne, Wout Fast, Johnny Evans and Luke Thomas in a back 4. Boubakary Samari and Kieran Dewsbury Hall join Yuri Tielemans in a midfield 3 with James Maddison, Harvey Barnes and Kelechi Iheanacho the front 3 for Leicester. For West Ham, Fabianski is in goal. A back 4 of Thilo Kehrer, Soufal, Aguerd and Cresswell. Rice and Downs and Paqueta in a midfield 3 with Fornals, Benrahma and Antonio the front 3. To Elland Road, and the team news from Elland Road. Joel Robles starts in goal for Leeds. They've gone for a back 5. Luke Ayling, Christensen, Verber, Cooper and Strauch in a back 5. A midfield 3 of Robin Koch, Adam Forshaw and Weston McKennie, with Harrison and Rodrigo up front. For Tottenham, Forster starts in goal. Royal, Sanchez, Longley and Davies in a back 4. Skip, Bissouma and Porro in a midfield, with Kulishevsky, Son and Keane up front. That's the team news from around the grounds. In our key games, we'll have you updated from every game right the way through the afternoon. All 3 games in the relegation battle, plus all 3 games in terms of the European places as well. That is all to come with kickoff on the Premier League final day to come in just a moment. So then we are ready to get underway in those 10 games, and I'll keep you up to date with any of the scores, as you can see on your screen, the live video printer, plus all the score lines down the left hand side of your screen. We'll have all the scores and update them as we can. Plus, I will try my best, if we can get the scores, the live games, to describe as much of the results as possible. So don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications as well, because this Premier League final day has so much riding on it, and it is sure to be an exciting end to this fantastic Premier League season. Alex in the chat, my prediction is Everton will beat Bournemouth, Leeds will beat Tottenham, or Spurs will equalise last minute, and Leicester to lose or draw to West Ham. Sarah says Manchester United 4-1 against Fulham, and Gunnar says Leeds and Leicester going down. Of course, although we have key games today, we will keep you up to date with any of the games, all 10 games, right the way throughout, and I'll update you on scorers and any interesting happenings. So we're not just here for just 1 or 2 games, we're here for all 10 Premier League games, and they're about to kick off in any moment now. We're just seeing kickoffs around the grounds. We're just awaiting for kickoff here at Goodison Park. And I will inform you of that when that does come, as we've got underway at the King Pyre Stadium, just ahead of us, as the players take the knee in reaffirming the statement that there is no room for racism or discrimination in society. And that is what gets us underway then here at Goodison Park for an incredible Premier League ending. That is certain to be a really good ending to the season, as 9 of the 10 games are now underway, just awaiting kickoff at Elland Road at the moment there. So I'll inform you of that when it goes ahead. But we will have also live play-by-play of any of the Leeds game and the Leicester games as they happen. So if there's anything interesting, a free kick, a penalty, anything interesting, we'll go straight live to there and we will inform you of that as they have just kicked off then at Elland Road. And we are underway here at Goodison Park. We've played 55 seconds and Senesi is on the ball here for Bournemouth. Down the line is Lloyd Kelly looking for the long pass, but that will trundle down the line and out of play for an Everton throw on the far side. And we have some supporters from all different football clubs as well here with us today, so everyone's getting involved in the action this afternoon. That's what we love to see. It's a Premier League final day, and a final day that has to have some drama. Surely it will. It always does. We always average more goals on the final day than any other match week of the season. And we will see what happens. Here's Philip Billing on the loose ball. Keeps the possession for Bournemouth. Some early possession for Bournemouth here. It would be interesting to see what Sean Dyche is actually trying to do tactically for Everton. Whether they're just trying to hold off against Bournemouth early on and consolidate a good defensive performance rather than pushing for it too early and running out of energy. But that's really good for Doucouré to win it back, and Doucouré to feed it in behind. Here's Damari Gray on the run. Gray on the edge of the box, cuts it across, and just behind Abdoulaye Doucouré. Just couldn't reach it in the box, but that was a really nice break by Everton, and now the space for Bournemouth. But they have recovered well just about there, Everton, as Brooks is trying to break down the right. And we have an early goal, I think. Do we? I've heard that there was, but we will await if there is. We will await that. And Everton just deal with that at the back there. Was it information of an early chance at Elland Road? Well, I'm hearing there is. Let's head to Elland Road and let's see. Well, at the moment, from what I can see in the match map, nothing's been given. We will wait and see what happens in that game, but there is a bit of confusion as to what has happened there. Whether or not there has been a goal. I will try and clarify that for you. Anyway, let's head back to this game then as we wait. And the confirmation is that there has been a goal at Elland Road. And it's a huge one in terms of the relegation battle, because Spurs have taken the lead. Spurs have the lead. It's Harry Kane with the goal. And that means it's really a tough start for Leeds United at Elland Road. Going behind very early on, the second minute, for Harry Kane to score that one. And that puts Spurs 1-0 up. Sensational. And that's not good for Leeds United fans at all. Goodness me. Wow. What a start then. See, I told you the final day always brings up something interesting. Always has a crazy start as the Everton trying to float the ball into the box. Bournemouth just clearing their lines. Solanke trying to track back to win it back, but Everton keep the possession for the moment. Try and feed it out to the left. Nice takedown by Dwight McNeil. Dwight McNeil with a cross right across the box, but too deep that one, and it goes out of play and will go for a goal kick to Bournemouth now. And this is not a good day for the match map not to work. That's what caused the confusion. The play-by-play didn't actually tell us that there was a goal at Elland Road, and that's what made it confusing. But I can confirm that Harry Kane goal was scored, and Spurs do have an early lead. Scored the first goal of the afternoon. It's still goalless in all the other games this afternoon. Rest of the sides trying to pace themselves, but Spurs bursting out of the blocks as Bournemouth try and break down the right-hand side. Nice football. Across from the right-hand side, it's lifted to the back post. It's headed by Ouattara. It's fallen to the byline, and it's just got to the edge of the box there from Lerma. And as he was coming in, it's fired over the bar by Jefferson Lerma. But they found the space down the right-hand side, fed it down the right wing, lifted it to the back post. Ouattara with a slight head to it, and it falls to the edge of the box for Jefferson Lerma to strike. But it was bouncing up. He was leaning back, and there was only going to be one outcome, and that was the ball right over the bar for a goal kick. Right then, 6 minutes gone here at Goodison. Everton 0, Bournemouth 0. As it stands, of course, Everton will be staying in the Premier League. A draw would be good enough now, as long as the other two teams below them, Leicester and Leeds, are not winning. And as at the moment, they aren't winning. Leicester drawing 0-0 and Leeds losing by a goal to 0. Let me just show you then the live table. This is how it stands at the moment. We have a goal at Villa Park as well, and that could be a massive goal for Villa and their chance for European football. Remember, Aston Villa only need a win. They win today, and Villa will be a European side. They will be in the Europa Conference League, and they have taken an early lead from Brighton. I'm just saying it's Douglas Luiz with a finish. Fantastic, and that has Villa 1-0 up, which, of course, Brighton have already qualified. They're in 6th. Brighton are going nowhere. They have nothing to play for at the moment, and as it stands, Villa will be 7th, and Tottenham winning, who were 7th winning, now go back to 8th Spurs. So a win isn't enough for Spurs if Villa win as well. That's the way it stands at the moment. Incredible. Wonderful. Let me just remind you of the permutations then, just as there's been a bit of a lull here. As you can see, Aston Villa will qualify for Europe if they win, no matter what happens elsewhere. Tottenham will have to win and hope that Villa fail to win, but with Villa winning at the moment, Villa 7th, Spurs 8th, and Brentford really need hope of a bit of a miracle from those games if they are to get European football, but you never know. Right, as Bournemouth break down the middle here. It's Brooks. He's looked energetic here, David Brooks, early on. Ball whipped in from the right-hand side. It's Ouattara that was lurking, and Garner had to defend, and Jordan Pickford does keep it in. He catches and keeps the ball in play, which he throws and trying to target Alex Iwobi, but that goes out of play there from Alex Iwobi. Well, Bournemouth have had a very positive start in terms of stats-wise. They have had majority of the possession so far at Bournemouth, so it's a dominant start. We have another goal coming in, and it's come at Stamford Bridge. And a huge goal for Newcastle United. Of course, these two teams have nothing to play for, but Newcastle have Champions League football for the first time in 20 years, and Chelsea looking to finish as low as possible for for a vast majority of their Premier League status, but they are behind at Stamford Bridge, and what a common theme that is. at 1-0 to Newcastle there. Starting to get goals going in everywhere at the moment. And we have more goals coming in. It seems to be all the games that have nothing to play for at the moment. And there's a goal at St. Mary's, and you could probably, it doesn't take much of a genius to figure out what way it's gone there too. And it's Liverpool that have taken the lead there. They've made an abundance of changes to their side today, Liverpool, but already relegated Southampton. Are looking for a positive end to their home season, but they're going to finish it at the moment, being behind to Liverpool. Liverpool 1-0 up there. And a goal as well. My goodness me. A goal at the Emirates, but a big chance for Bournemouth. So whip a ball in. It's fallen to the edge of the box. It's non-stop. They want handball, but Everton scrap it away. And now here's Demarai Gray looking to get up them on the break. But Bournemouth have bodies everywhere, and they're fighting to the death here, Bournemouth. Fantastic. Win the ball back. Trying to break down the right. Really nice football. But that's really good block by Everton, and now they try and break down the left with a Wolby. It's Diogo Jota with the Liverpool goal, by the way, if you were wondering. And I did say there was a goal at the Emirates. Arsenal leading Wolves. Of course, Arsenal's title race already well over. City lifted the title last weekend, but hasn't stopped Arsenal wanting to get their most wins in a season. 26 wins they will get today if they win. And they are winning at the moment. Granit Xhaka, the man that has been linked away from Emirates this summer, and Arsenal lead against Wolves by 1-0. And Everton have a free kick here. Jordan Pickford to take this just inside the Everton half. It's whipped, it's headed on by Tarkowski, but then followed up. Here's a Wolby, keeps it alive. Dwight McNeil on the left, lifts a ball in, a bit of a deflection, it's bundling about. It just headed away, Bournemouth. They want a free kick, Everton, but referee waves that away and says no. But Everton still have possession, looking to keep the pressure on the Bournemouth defence. And then Bournemouth trying to work it out from the back as Everton give it away, but then they win it back. The referee has given a free kick to Bournemouth, though, which will give me just enough time to update you on all the scores, because I need to take a breather myself. As we can see then, Arsenal leading Wolves by 1-0. Villa leading Brighton by 1-0. 0-0 between Brentford and City. Chelsea 1-0 down at home to Newcastle. Goalless between Crystal Palace and Nottingham Forest. Goalless here at Goodison. Leeds 1-0 down from Tottenham. Tottenham scored the first goal of the afternoon. Harry Kane with that one. Leicester West Ham is goalless. Man United Fulham is goalless. And Liverpool have a 1-goal lead away at Southampton at the moment. So it's all at the moment as it stands in terms of the way we started, with Villa winning and Spurs winning. Nothing has changed from the start of the day in terms of those key games this afternoon. A lot of reaction in the chat this afternoon, all about Arsenal and Villa as well in there. Great to see. Some of the weird things, my match updates isn't working at times. It's a bit slow, but I apologise for that because I'm constantly on the go here. But this is fascinating. At Bournemouth in good possession. They've started well, Bournemouth. You know, you expected Everton to bring the energy, but Bournemouth have had the possession, and at the moment it seems like the Everton crowd, they're getting up for those challenges, those really good battles to win the ball back at the moment, and really applauding that. But when they're out of possession at the moment, it's a struggle. Right, at the moment, we just talked about Arsenal and Liverpool taking a 1-goal lead each. They have now doubled their leads at the moment. It's Arsenal 2, Wolves 0. It's Granit Xhaka again for Arsenal. So 2 goals on the day for Xhaka. And a second goal at the St. Mary's as well. Liverpool also 2-0 up. Roberto Firmino, his final game in a red Liverpool shirt. And he's on the score sheet once again. Roberto Firmino. 2-0 to Liverpool as well at St. Mary's. Fantastic. Who scored for Arsenal? Granit Xhaka has scored both, which I've just heard is Granit Xhaka's first ever brace for Arsenal. Fantastic. Good to hear. Everton just building the possession here. Idrissa Gueye to Ghana. Here's a Wobie on the left. McNeil, they're trying to work it. Everton just being closed off well by Bournemouth. Here's Yerry Mina in a bit of space. Can break forward. Mina feeds it in behind. Here's Demarai Gray. Is in the box. Cuts it across. And the block from Senesi, I think that was. Put it behind for an Everton corner. Connor says, what a way to say goodbye on his final day. How to say goodbye to a club legend indeed. Fantastic. Still goalless in the game between Leicester and West Ham. Remember, if Leicester win and the scoreline stays the same here at Goodison Park, Leicester will be safe and Everton will be relegated. That is how it stands. But at the moment, it is still goalless at the King Power Stadium as well. But Bournemouth have a set piece to defend and they are the worst in terms of defending set pieces. 21 goals conceded. Corner whipped in. Just faced away and it's a distance. And goodness me, Demarai Gray nearly found the top corner just wide of the post. What a goal that would have been for Everton. You just see this. The ball whipped in. It's headed away and then it bouncing for Demarai Gray. And it's just slightly over the bar. Clean strike from Demarai Gray. Hits it sweetly, but it's always spinning away from goal. And unluckily for them, it goes behind for a goal. I think it might actually be a corner. There's a deflection in there. They're giving a goal kick anyway. So, 16 minutes gone at Goodison. It's still 0-0 here. And there's been goals elsewhere. A lot of goals. Remember, we could break a Premier League record as well today. We need 21 goals from these games, these 10 games, for to have a Premier League record, the highest amount of goals in a Premier League season of 380 matches. The previous record was beaten in 2018-19. It was set. We could beat that if we get 21 goals. So far, we have 7 goals to the game so far, and we've only played 16 minutes. Fantastic. It's Bournemouth in possession then. Here's Zamani to Kelly. Kelly lifting it over the top. Urtar to make the run, but really good covering there by Yerry Mina. And plays it down the line, and a real battle in there, but Onana will win the free kick, it seems, or a throw-in. Lloyd Kelly was battling with Onana there. Just couldn't get that. As Everton have just have the possession then here at the back. Mina down the right hand side, and here's Gray down the left. Is McNeil whips a ball in. It's Bournemouth just defended, but it will fall to McNeil again. Down the left hand side, here's a Wobie. Iwobi linking up with McNeil. McNeil looking to cross it. There's a deflection. Will be a corner. Everton starting to apply more pressure on this Bournemouth defence then. We have goals going in elsewhere. And we have another goal at St Mary's. But this time it's gone the way of the home side. And maybe they might have a positive end to their Premier League season there before they do play Championship football next season. They have scored against Liverpool. It is 2-1 there. We also have a goal at Villa Park as well, and that could be huge for the European places. But Everton have a corner first. Ball whipped in. Tarkowski at the back post. Just scrambling it away, Bournemouth, and Brooks gets it clear. And puts it anywhere will do for David Brooks there. A goal at Villa Park, as I was saying, could be crucial for European football. Brighton have equalised at Villa Park, which now means Villa will go below Spurs in the table. Spurs will go up to 7th. I'll talk about that in a moment. But Everton still going here. McNeil, well cut out there as they try and break on their Bournemouth, but they've been caught out, and Yerry Mina's got the ball back. Not goal as well coming at Old Trafford. Manchester United wrapped up top 4 in the week, and Liverpool would have needed them to lose at home, and they're losing at home today. It's Fulham that have taken the lead at at Old Trafford this afternoon. Kenny Tete with the goal for Fulham, and Manchester United behind at home. But of course, they have top four secured after that win in the week. And Everton have a free kick then here at Goodison Park. Dwight McNeil to whip a ball in. It's McNeil, but there's a foul elsewhere, and that will come to nothing because Bournemouth have a player who has been fouled. It was Dennis Undav that got the equalising goal for Brighton, by the way. If you hadn't already seen that. The goal for Southampton was James Ward-Prowse, their bright spark this season. James Ward-Prowse has been massively important for them all season. And today he's got them a goal against Liverpool away or at home there at St Mary's at the moment. Still goalless in the game at the King Power Stadium. Leicester and West Ham United still goalless. We have 4 goalless games at the moment, including 2 relegation ones, including this one here. We're just looking to see, just seeing a glimpse of a West Ham attack, and Mikel Antonio firing over the bar there. In that one, the player's just getting a drink at the moment at the sidelines, and as it stands, then Everton will still remain in the Premier League. With Leicester and Leeds both not winning, it wouldn't matter what happens here because both have to win to cause an upset to Everton here at Goodison Park at the moment. We have actually another change in happenings because there's been more drama at Villa Park as that goal for Brighton, Dennis Undav scored, has been disallowed. VAR have intervened and disallowed the Brighton goal. So Villa back in the lead and back into 7th. So as it stands, Aston Villa will be the team that will be going into the Europa Conference League next season. They still lead by that 1-0. Right then, we're just ready to get back underway here. Bournemouth have this free kick then. From that Everton free kick that Dwight McNeil took, there was a foul in there. Bournemouth have been given a free kick for that, which they've just taken. Senesi has taken here. Just taken it short. Thank you everyone in the chat for helping out with the scorelines as it happens. If I do get a bit caught up with trying to keep an eye on everything and keeping everything flowing. But at the moment, thank you very much indeed for helping us out with that. As the ball down the line here from Bournemouth, it's Uatara trying to get the better of Garner, but Garner has it covered over and kicks it down the line. Nice pick up by Onana, nice flick by Onana, gets it to Gray. Now charging down the left-hand side is Dwight McNeil. As Iwobi alongside him. Good covering over by Bournemouth, but Iwobi linking up with the Kure. Now McNeil. McNeil whips a ball in again. Onana in the box, and Onana well over the bar there from Amadou Onana. It was a nice, decent move from Everton, but in the end the cross wasn't, and the header wasn't good enough in the end for them. Brian, good afternoon, everyone. Let's have a bang goal fest on the final day and see Everton get relegated. The ultimate bragging rights. Fantastic. We know who you are following this afternoon, Brian. Good to see. Welcome into the chat. Great to have you with us. Matthew says, Harry effing Maguire. Is he playing today? I didn't actually see the team news from Old Trafford, but considering that Man United are 1-0 down, I would take a quick guess at who's playing at centre-back for them. As Bournemouth try and work it out from the back here. Ball down the right-hand side by Smith. Solanke trying to latch onto it and putting pressure on the defence, but Everton just get it cleared. It's well won back by Bournemouth again. Brought down by Kelly. Nice Senesi. So we're over halfway through the first half here at Goodison Park. Still goalless here between Everton and Bournemouth. As I was mentioning before the game, Everton have lost all of their last 4 Premier League games against Bournemouth, or their last 4 competitive matches against Bournemouth, including here. The first time Bournemouth have got a win at Goodison Park was their last visit to Goodison Park in the Premier League. It's a 3-1 win for Bournemouth that day. They wanted to foul Everton, but they'll get the advantage. And Demarai Gray is also fouled there. Senesi claiming his innocence. The referee, Stuart Atwell's quick to come over and have a chat with Ryan Christie there. think they might have given it for the earlier challenge on James Garner, possibly. Yeah, they have. Ryan Christie's getting the chat because he committed the foul on James Garner in the initial breakaway. Right. As we have this break and play, then let's just remind you of all the scorelines from around the games. Arsenal 2-0 up against Wolves. Villa still have that 1-goal lead against Brighton. Brighton's goal was ruled out for offside. Still goalless between Brentford and City. Chelsea still 1-0 down at home to Newcastle. Goalless between Crystal Palace, Nottingham Forest, and goalless here at Goodison Park between Everton and Bournemouth. Tottenham still lead from that second minute goal from Harry Kane. Leeds 0. Tottenham 1. Leicester and West Ham are still goalless. Manchester United trailing 1-0 against Fulham in that one. And Liverpool 2-1 up away against Southampton. And there's something going on at Old Trafford. I think there's been a penalty. I'm not too sure about that. We'll check that in a moment as the ball comes across the box. Yes, Fulham have missed a penalty at Old Trafford. Massive that. There's a free kick for Bournemouth at Goodison. So massive. David De Gea has saved a penalty for Fulham. Or for Manchester United against Fulham. Massive that. United could have been 2-0 down. But it remains 1-0. And a big goal to go in at Villa Park. Brighton had thought they'd equalised. It was ruled out. And now Villa have got a bit of headroom now. Villa 2, Brighton 0. And also... there's an equalising goal for Frank Lampard's Chelsea. It might be his last game in charge of Chelsea. Looks like it will be, as Mauricio Pochettino looks to have signed a contract for next season. And Chelsea are level in that one too. But just seeing the replays, it's a tap-in. Simple enough tap-in there. The goalkeeper comes for Brighton, completely misses it. And it's a simple enough tap-in for Ollie Watkins, I think that was involved there. 2-0 to Aston Villa. And it looks like they have a comfortable lead on Brighton. And they look to be comfortably heading to the Europa Conference League next season. They lead by goal difference, +1 on Tottenham. And the extra point helps them as well. Kieran Trippier has an own goal for Chelsea. That is how Chelsea equalised. That was a Trippier own goal. That doesn't go well for my team of the season, as I put Kieran Trippier as defender of the season. Doesn't look too good for me, but bad things happen to really good players. We have a third goal from the Emirates. Arsenal's title hopes have been over for a few weeks now, but they're really not finished in giving some drama. It is 3-0 to Arsenal in that one for you. Some close chances for Leicester. Oh, huge chance for Kelechi Iheanacho in that one, but they've just fired it over the bar for Leicester. That would have been a huge chance. Plus, speaking of equalising goals, we have an equaliser at St Mary's as well. Kamaldeen Sulemana. Southampton have pulled all the way back against Liverpool. 2-2 in that one. What a game that is. On the final day, as Philip Billing has the possession at the back here for Bournemouth. Oh, Travers under pressure, but has to fire it long and does so. Nice nick there by Brooks. Now gives it to Christie. Christie feeds it down the left-hand side. Here's Uatara on the run. Uatara then, on the break, has options ahead of him. Gives it to Christie, wide on the left-hand side. Ryan Christie. Back to Uatara. Trying to come in field, but that's not the best from Uatara. And Everton getting bodies in the way to put it out for a throw-in. Gunnar says it's a party at the Emirates. Saka scored Arsenal's third goal. At the moment, an insane final day. It is. It's been a crazy start to the final day so far. An abundance of goals. And it looks like if it keeps up the way it is, we're going to break that Premier League record of 21 goals on the final day. 21 goals to break a season record, that is. Solanke trying to get the corner, but hasn't been given, I think. Right then, okay, so Everton had the attack down the left there. They have it defended, but they have from this throw-in. Alex Iwobi trying to feed it into the box away by Kelly. And then tries to keep it in there, Dwight McNeil, but too high for him and heads it out of play for a throw-in to Bournemouth then. This really is a crazy day. We've played just under 30 minutes here at Goodison, and despite there being not a single goal here at this one, it's been an absolutely incredible day elsewhere. Everywhere else has been sensational. The football is incredible at the moment. Elsewhere. As you can see down the left-hand side, all the scores as they happen. And we will have the live video printer as well for you, as you can see on your screen. Also, Everton win it back. Onana feeds it through. Nice ball, nice chance. Just over the bar. I think there was a save in there from Travers. A big opportunity for Everton to take the lead. I think it was Idrissa Gueye that had the chance. It was Idrissa Gueye. It's a lovely pass by Amadou Onana. And the strike from Idrissa Gueye gets round the back of Lloyd Kelly. And forces a save of Mark Travers to put it behind for a corner. But what a really good save. What a chance for Everton. Remember, a win is all they need. They win and no one else can do anything to relegate Everton. That will confirm safety. There's a bit of a scramble from the corner. Has it gone in? No, it's gone to the side netting. Out for a goal kick, it looks like. So, a goal kick here for Bournemouth then. There's boos around Goodison Park. They must be booing the waiting from Mark Travers. Must be delaying the restart of this game. Fun says, why are we so good when nothing is on the line, but when there is a title to be played? Terrible. Incredible from Arsenal today so far. At the moment, 3-0 up. Fantastic. As Everton win the ball back, they're blowing in pressure. As the ball's in the box here, it's a bit of a scramble. They want handball. It's cleared away. Referee doesn't see and it doesn't give anything. As Christie goes back to Travers and Travers clears. The Everton fans in that Gladys Street end were so certain that there was a handball in there from a Bournemouth player. Desperate for a penalty, but they'll claim anything, of course. Everything's on the line for them. Garner down the right-hand side. Has to cut it back to Onana. Garner. Bit of a deflection. Sees it the way of Idrissa Gueye. Now Yerry Mina. Across to Tarkovsky. We have a goal at Selhurst Park. We'll get to that in a moment. Dwight McNeil. Tarkovsky, nice ball. Feeds it through the middle. Doucouré down the left-hand side is Iwobi. Iwobi with a cross in. Looking for Doucouré again. Nice header. Cleared away. Everton fans really claiming everything, but Christie's ready to carry it away here for Bournemouth, and he is carrying away Ryan Christie. But good recovering by James Tarkovsky to nick the ball and win it back. As Idrissa Gueye. Momentum seems to be building in Everton's favour now. Idrissa Gueye. Idrissa Gueye with a strike. Saved by Travers. And it goes down in the box. Free kick to Bournemouth. They wanted a penalty. The referee said there was a dive in there, and that's a free kick given the opposite way. But there's a huge goal at the King Power Stadium. And as it stands, Leicester lead. And that would mean that Everton, as it stands, would be relegated. Leicester 1, West Ham United 0, and Everton 0-0 at the moment. Everton are in the bottom three. Incredible. Harvey Barnes with a goal for Leicester City. And the nerves will surely be building around Goodison Park. There's still a long way to go. But when you hear news like that, it really does deflate the momentum that Everton have started to create. And it feels like it's going against them in the minute. But Leicester with the 1-goal lead puts them in a very, very good position. As I mentioned, Nottingham Forest had taken the lead at Selhurst Park as well. That game means absolutely nothing. But Taiwo Awoniyi with the goal for Nottingham Forest. Just seeing a replay of the handball. Just see this again. Oh, that's the strike. The strike that was saved. And then, yeah, there's nothing in that. Damari Gray just goes to ground. Desperate for a penalty. But that's never a penalty. To Everton there. Well, that is huge. And we'll get the live table for you as it updates. It has updated, so I can show you where it stands at the moment. Everton, as it stands, will be relegated on goal difference. Same exact points as Leicester, 34 points apiece, with Leicester winning 1-0 against West Ham and Everton drawing 0-0 at the moment. Everton will be going down and Leicester will be staying up as it stands. But of course, still a lot of twists and turns still to come. And you can just see pictures of, just seeing pictures from Goodison Park. Those fans in the stands, the nerves are starting to really sink in, that the fact that this is so huge for them. 69 seasons in the top flight in England. They could come to an end today if results don't go their way, if they don't do their own job here, Everton as well. Onana, Garner. James Garner in space. He's broke through the middle. Now down the left is Dwight McNeil. Trying to link up with Garner, but back there doing the defending for Bournemouth was Philip Billing, who's won a free kick as well. Well, there's some famous faces at Goodison Park. Graham Stewart, of course, involved in the 1994 final day drama. I have no idea what that is, but it was apparently drama. Matthew says, come on, Leicester fans. Says, if all things keep going as it is, we will definitely break the record. Arsenal. Yeah, at the moment. Just seeing the table there. So as it stands from all the games, 36 minutes gone here at Goodison, but timings vary elsewhere. Arsenal 3-0 up against Wolves. Villa 2-0 up against Brighton. 0-0 between Brentford and City. Chelsea 1, Newcastle 1. Crystal Palace 1-0 down at Nottingham against Nottingham Forest. Still goalless here at Goodison Park. Leeds still 1-0 down against Tottenham. Leicester 1-0 up against West Ham, which will see them safe as it stands. Manchester United 1-0 down against Fulham. Fulham also missed a penalty. And Liverpool went 2-0 up against Southampton, but Southampton have pulled it all the way back to 2-2. In that one. What an incredible final day so far. And we're not even halfway there yet. As Bournemouth down the right-hand side looking to feed one into the box. There's a deflection there, so Bournemouth have a corner. And silence ensues around Goodison Park. The nerves palpitating. We've another goal to tell you about, but we'll go to this corner first here at Goodison. So Bournemouth corner. Big chance for Bournemouth. 8 minutes of the first half to go. Bournemouth right-hand sided corner. Just waiting for it to be whipped in. It's Philip Billing over to take on the right-hand side. It'll be a left-footed in swinging corner. Billing whips it in. He's fed it to the edge of the box. Brooks takes a strike. There's a ball in the box there. It's down. It's bumbling about. Still not cleared away by Everton as it's gone on right across goal. And out for a goal kick. Was there a flag there in the build-up, though? There was no flag initially, but was there an offside? There wasn't, actually. It looks onside to me, but that just drags wide. A big chance there for Bournemouth to possibly take a lead. But it goes straight across goal, agonisingly wide for Bournemouth, and it's still 0-0. They're checking for a possible foul VAR, are they? There's nothing really in that for me. Yerry Mina. Filing, possibly. I think they've checked it. Yeah, they've checked it. So goal kick Everton has been decided then. Goal in the game at Villa Park, and it might not be over yet for Aston Villa. They took a 2-goal lead, but Brighton have got one back. 2-1 in that game at Villa Park. So the story is not written in terms of Conference League football just yet. Dennis Undav with that goal, by the way, for Brighton. He got the first goal that was ruled out, but he's now got the goal that seemingly might stand. Well, it seems like it will stand at the moment, from what I'm hearing. As Everton battling. And there's another goal at the moment. We're just seeing the goal for Brighton here. Dennis Undav takes the touch. It's from the free kick. It takes a touch, takes it on the other side, and I think So there was a VAR check that time, and that one was given this time, I think. It seems there's another goal at the Old Trafford, and Manchester United, after saving a penalty, are back on level terms. Manchester United 1, Fulham 1 at the moment. In that one, I'll get you the goal scorer for that in a second. If anyone knows the goal scorer, let me know. That's Jadon Sancho. Just seen the, the graphic there. Jadon Sancho with the goal for them. As Everton fire up long ball forward, a bit of pressure on Senesi at the back here. He kicks through. There's a man go. Demarai Gray goes down. They're crying for a penalty here, Everton, but the referee waves it away quite quickly as Christie wins the ball back, just about then loses out. And now Everton have a chance. It's Onana from distance, but just wide from Amadou Onana. And now Stuart Atwell with the stoppage here. We just see this again. It's Senesi and Gray. I mean, Senesi, it looks like he kicks through gets the back of Demarai Gray's foot. Now, that's a controversial one. The referee hasn't given on the field whether VAR will intervene, and they haven't. So that must be counted as a subjective decision, which I think it is, because it is a bit of a soft one, but he does kick through him slightly. But nothing given again for Everton, so game will go on. Iwobi. Gray brought down. Referee says nothing. Waves it away again. Maybe Demarai Gray's made a name for himself against this referee, that he goes down too easily, because that's a couple of times that Gray's gone down and the referee's waved it away. Senesi. Billing. Into the midfield, trying to find Solanke, but really good blocking in there from Connor Cody, I think that was, that won it back. Here's Iwobi down the left-hand side. Alex Iwobi lifting a ball in. Kelly with a clearance. Gray still battling. Gray trying to force it. And Kelly there to block. Another cry of handball as the ball's cleared by Bournemouth. And they really believe Kelly with a clearance. And then Demarai Gray picked up the rebound. See it here. It picked up the rebound and it bounces off the shoulder, I think it is, of the central defender. I don't think there's much in that either. This is really not an easy game for Stuart Atwell, the referee, to be honest. Here's Demarai Gray, though. They're really pushing for it, Everton. They'll be desperate for a goal before half-time. They have 3 minutes plus additional time to do so. Dwight McNeil whips a ball in again, but there's far too much on that one from Dwight McNeil. Probably his worst delivery of the afternoon. And that's gone well behind for a goal kick to Bournemouth. So still goalless here at Goodison Park, which, with Leicester winning at the King Power Stadium, will see Everton drop to the second division for the first time in over 70 years. The second longest spell in English top flight history. Only Arsenal have had a longer spell in the top flight than Everton. As Bournemouth come forward into the box, they're working acutely. Billing cuts it back. Brooks was in there, but Everton just got bodies in the way to clear it away. Doucouré down the left-hand side, trying to lead a counter-attack. It will be on the break. Really nice tackle. Battling for it there. And they do keep the possession, Bournemouth. Really good recovery. Senesi to Kelly. Back to Senesi. Senesi across to Billing. Billing through the middle. As they're trying to break again here, Bournemouth. Solanke. Solanke beaten off the ball too easily there by Yerry Mina. And then it will be over the top. Demarai Gray to run. And again he goes down, Demarai Gray. But the referee says it was a coming together. I said this. I think Demarai Gray's given himself a bad reputation. I mean, what is that? He's so desperate for a free kick. It's never a free kick. He goes straight to ground. He runs into him. He knows what he's doing. The referee's done really well to spot that. Really good referee in there from Stuart Atwell. To make sure that he didn't get that one wrong, because that is not a free kick. Senesi then. Bournemouth on the halfway line. Just trying to take the the real frantic nature out of this game so far, because that will go in Everton's favour as the game opens up. Tarkowski, heavy touch. Bournemouth have stolen it here. It's Brooks in the box, cuts it back. Solanke! Oh, it's deflected just wide. My goodness me. It was James Tarkowski with the heavy touch. It was stole by Bournemouth. They broke into the box. It cut back to Solanke, and it would have been a dream. The former Liverpool's forward to finish it, to put Bournemouth ahead, but it just goes wide. I think it was Yerry Mina that got the block on it. It might be. We'll see this again. Yeah, it is. It's Yerry Mina. Huge block that from Mina. Would have been an incredible lapse of judgment from Everton there, as the 45 minutes have just elapsed. We'll get you the additional time in a second as Bournemouth have this corner on the right-hand side then. There will be 3 minutes, I have heard. So a corner to Bournemouth on the right-hand side. Left-footed ball. Lifted in this time, but there's no one at the back post there. It's a wasted corner, that, from Bournemouth. No one at the back post. They all went to the front post, and the ball went to the back post. But Bournemouth keep possession again. They win it back. Kelly. Real pressure. Half-time at, I think, at the King Power Stadium, which would see... Is it half-time? It is half-time at the King Power Stadium, and Leicester fans cheering their players because they know the current status that they will stay up as it stands. But still a long way to go. So half-time at the King Power Stadium will get you all the half-time scores as soon as all the games curtail their first halves. At the moment, half-time in the game between Brentford and Manchester City, still goalless there. As Everton try and force it down. 2 minutes of additional time in this first half to go. Still goalless here at Goodison Park. As Idrissa Gueye loses out that throw-in, claiming to the referee that that was an Everton throw, but the referee points the opposite direction. Says that wasn't an Everton throw and gives it to Bournemouth, which I think is probably the correct decision, to be fair to the referee. As they try and break. As Everton try and find a bit of space. He's Onana. Onana out to the left-hand side. Here's Alex Iwobi indeed. Whips a ball in. It's kneed away by Lloyd Kelly. He's made a few crucial blocks from those crosses, Lloyd Kelly. And another one there. And put it behind for a corner. It was an awkward one, really. Wasn't the most convincing of clearances, but he done the job that was needed at that moment in time. Half-time's coming in. We'll get the full-time half-time scores in a couple of minutes' time for you. As the corner from Everton, left-hand side, right-footed, whipped in. It's a deep one. It's whipped in. It's just about headed away. It's fallen to Garner on the edge. James Garner lifts one back in. It's fallen down in the middle. There's a few bodies in there as Bournemouth try and break away with Ouattara. He's trying to cute feet on the edge of the area. Gives it away. Iwobi. Last 30 seconds of the half. Iwobi. Idrissa Gueye lifts it out to the left. Doucouré lifts it into the box. A bit of a battle. Big save by Travers to get it away. And Garner, big save. Huge save by Mark Travers. Incredible. Two huge involvements there from Mark Travers. Put off the Everton player that was coming in. I think it was Mina. And then the full ball falls to James Garner on the edge of the box. Right-footed. Just curling into the net. And Mark Travers gets back up on his feet and punches it wide for a corner. Huge. As Everton's corner's whipped in again. They have a man down in the box. It's gone overrun. And that will go out for a goal kick. That all comes to nothing. And that, I think, is the halftime whistle. It is indeed. So halftime. And what a dramatic first half we have seen here at Goodison Park. No goals, but so much drama. At both ends, both teams have had big chances to score the opening goal. Really, really good so far. And at the moment, Everton will find out, if they haven't already figured it out, the players. As it stands, Everton will be relegated. Half-time from Goodison Park. Everton 0, Bournemouth 0. We'll get the half-time scores from all around the grounds in just a couple of minutes.
Supposed to feel
Welcome back to the Premier League final day stream here on LFS. Half time in all of our games, all kicking off at 4:30 this afternoon, and all are half time at the moment. So here we go then. The first half update. Arsenal have a 3-goal lead against Wolves. They're leading by 3-0 in that one. A Granit Xhaka brace opened the scoring. First 2 goals from him. His first brace ever in his Arsenal career. And Bukayo Saka with the 3rd goal in that one. Arsenal have had 52% possession, 8 shots, 4 on target. And our XG is 1.27, so they're overrunning their XG. Wolves have had very little, if anything, so far. Half-time in the game between Aston Villa and Brighton, and it's Aston Villa who lead by 2-1. Douglas Luiz opened the scoring in the 8th minute. Dennis Undav thought he'd equalised on the 20th before it was ruled out by VAR. Then Aston Villa got their 2nd goal. Ollie Watkins with the 2nd on the 26th minute. Before 12 minutes later, Dennis Undav did get his goal and brought Brighton back into the game at 2-1. That goal was also checked, and this time it was given, as Dennis Undav on the score sheet. Villa 2, Brighton 1. Pretty even game there. Brighton have had more possession. Both teams have had 3 shots on target. The XG is pretty similar as well, 1.35 and 1.32. So pretty even game at Villa Park, but Villa just have the edge in terms of the scoreline. In terms of the game at the G-Tech Community Stadium, Brentford 0, Manchester City 0 at the moment. Between those two, remember Brentford the only team that could get to do the double over Manchester City. If they get the win today, they will be the only team to do that this season. Plus, they need a win and hope that Villa and Spurs both drop points for them to get European football. But at the moment, that looks very slim chances as it stands. But you never know. At the moment, pretty even game there too. Not much really to talk about from that one. To the game at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea currently drawing 1-1 with Newcastle. Newcastle took the lead through Anthony Gordon in the 9th minute. Before Kieran Trippier's own goal was scored to give Chelsea the equaliser, and it is how it stands there at the moment, 1-1 at the moment. Newcastle have edged the stats slightly. Chelsea have had more possession, 61-39 in Chelsea's favour, but Newcastle have had 11 shots, 4 on target to Chelsea's 9 and 3 on target, and the XG is better for Newcastle at 1.58. At Selhurst Park at the moment, Crystal Palace 0, Nottingham Forest 1. The only goal of that half, Taiwo Awoniyi, in incredible form, ending his season in incredible form for Nottingham Forest. They have, of course, got safety a few weeks ago. Fantastic job that Steve Cooper has done there, and they lead away at Crystal Palace. They've had 3 shots, 2 on target. It's been mostly Palace, 66% possession for Palace, 6 shots, 1 on target, and nothing more to talk about from that one as Forest lead by a goal to 0. Goalless here at Goodison Park, the game that we're covering here in the relegation battle. 0-0. Both teams have had very big chances, but in terms of the stats, it's been pretty even. Everton's chances have probably been better. Bournemouth yet to have a shot on target in the game. But Everton have had 7 shots, 3 on target. They've had an XG of 0.49. The possession's pretty even, 53-47 in Bournemouth's favour. Bournemouth have had 5 shots, but not a single one of those on target. Didn't realise that. But there you go, 0-0 at the break at Goodison. In the other game involving a relegation battle, not going well for Leeds at the moment. They're losing, and with Leicester winning at the moment and Everton still drawing, it's not looking good for Leeds, but they need to do their job at the start, and they haven't done so far. Harry Kane scored the only goal of the game there at the moment, 1-0 to Spurs. 2nd minute of the game, he scored the first game of the afternoon, Harry Kane, in the 2nd minute to give Tottenham the lead as they look to press for European football. But if Aston Villa win, which they are at the moment, Spurs can do absolutely nothing. A win would still not be enough for them at the moment. It's pretty even in that one, but Leeds have had more shots, but only 1 shot on target for Leeds is letting them down at the moment. Half-time, and probably the happiest set of fans in the Premier League at the moment. Leicester City fans are probably the happiest, and at half-time, they lead West Ham by a goal to 0. Harvey Barnes with the only goal of the game and the crucial goal that could see them stay up and Everton get relegated. Of course, as it stands, Leicester winning. Leicester need a win and hope that Everton fail to win, which is currently happening at the moment, for them to get safety because they have a much better goal difference than Everton. As it stands, it's been all Leicester more or less in that game for the moment, and they have the 1-goal lead at the break. And in our other two games, huge, there's a combined, believe it or not, combined 6 goals in these two games. Manchester United against Fulham. Manchester United could have been 2-0 down against Fulham, remember. Kenny Tete opened the scoring. 7 minutes later, Alexander Mitrovic, on his return to the Fulham side, missed a penalty that was saved by David De Gea. So Fulham could have been 2-0 up. Then just 13 minutes later, 6 minutes before half-time, Jadon Sancho got on the score sheet for Manchester United to level it at the break. Manchester United have had the vast majority of the shots. Both Fulham have had 2 shots on target, that penalty and also the goal. There are 2 shots on target, but it's been massively in Manchester United's favour. But at the moment, they're drawing 1-1. And to the game at St Mary's to wrap it up before we go to another break, before the second half's get underway. Southampton 2, Liverpool 2. At the break, Liverpool took a 2-goal lead in that game. Diogo Jota and Roberto Firmino in those ones within 4 minutes of each other in those. Roberto Firmino, of course, his final game in a Liverpool shirt at the moment. And, of course, Southampton's final game of the Premier League before they are relegated. Of course, they're already relegated, Southampton, but they're in a positive mood and a positive result as it stands at the moment. James Ward-Prowse and Kamaldeen Sulemana to get those 2 goals for Southampton to equalise at the moment. At half-time there, it's Southampton 2, Liverpool 2. And if we tally up all those goals, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 4 is 17 goals. We need 4 more goals in the second half to break a Premier League season record in terms of goal scoring in a 380 game season. We'll be back to see if we can get 4 more goals in the second half in just a couple of minutes. Welcome back then, as we are readying up for the second half in the games from around the grounds on this Premier League final day. And of course, we do have live updates from Leicester and Leeds at the moment. As you can see here, those games at the moment, those graphics at the moment, as it stands then, we haven't had the time to show you. It's been so dramatic. It's been non-stop this afternoon on this Premier League final day. Incredible. And let's just, readying up for the second half, let's just bring you the live Premier League table then as it stands. As you can see here, it's Leeds and Everton that will be relegated as it stands. If all the scorelines stay the same or the results stay the same, Everton and Leeds will be relegated today, and Leicester City, and Dean Smith will do it again. Remember, he saved Aston Villa on the final day of the season last in the 2019-2020 season. He could do it again with Leicester. As it stands, he will do. And then if we look further up, I can't get that for the moment for you, but Aston Villa in 7th, as it stands at the moment. They're getting Europa Conference League football. With them winning, it doesn't matter what happens between Tottenham and Leeds at the moment. That not even a win would be enough for Tottenham for them to avoid finishing below 7th this afternoon. Before we get back underway then, don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on post notifications if you're enjoying the stream this afternoon. It's been a frantic afternoon so far. And we don't stop there because we've so much more football to come. All the finals from the European finals as well. Right to come here on LFS over the next few weeks. Plus the FA Cup final as well. The players just coming back out for the second half at Goodison Park. There's a few games that are back on the way. Crystal Palace, Manchester United, Brentford, all back underway in those games at the moment. And we'll keep you up to date with all the scores from all 10 games. Back on the way at the Emirates as well for the second halves from those games. But it's still goalless here at Goodison, which is not good enough for Everton at the moment. It could be if Leicester and Leeds both lose or draw. But of course, with Leicester winning and Everton drawing, Leicester will be the team that will survive on this incredible final day so far. But still a very long way to go. As we're ready to get underway in both of those games as well. We're ready for the kickoff here. As if other games getting underway in and around us. In those games, Villa Park as well, back underway at Villa Park. Once again, just hearing the famous tune here at Goodison Park being played, that just being faded down as we ready for the second half. A goalless first half at Goodison. As Bournemouth will get us back underway here in a moment when Stuart Atwell blows his whistle, and he has done. And we are back underway then at Goodison Park. And no sooner are we back underway than we have a goal. And you can probably hear from my voice if you already know. Liverpool have conceded. It's 3-2 to Southampton in that game. Incredible. A team that's already relegated, bottom of the league, Southampton, have taken the lead against Liverpool. A complete comeback, 2-0 down, 3-2 up. Incredible. Back underway in all of the games, seemingly at the moment, bar the one at Elland Road and at Chelsea it was there, but they're back underway now as well. Here at Goodison, header from Tarkovsky. Billing in there, battling for Bournemouth, brought down by Christie. Christie gets the ball and they try and break here. Bournemouth, Solanke and Brooks. Solanke breaking down the right-hand side. Dominic Solanke then plays it across again. Back to Adam Smith, and they'll just consolidate that. Kamaldeen Sulemana getting the third goal for Southampton in that game, by the way. 3-2 in that one. It's Bournemouth having possession in the middle in this game. Ball over the top by Senesi, looking to target Solanke, blocked out there by Cody, and Garner gets it away. And Damari Gray, Idrissa Gay gives it straight back to Bournemouth. Senesi. Kelly. Down the left-hand side, the ball goes. Just two men chasing it. Uatara and Solanke lurking, but Garner does well to get and spin the other way and flick it round the corner as Demarai Gray goes down. And Senesi is deemed to have fouled Demarai Gray there, so the referee is eventually given a free kick for Demarai Gray, which gets a slight cheer from around Goodison Park. So Everton have a free kick then. Let's just have a look at the poll then while we wait for this Everton free kick. Which team avoids relegation? 58% say Everton will avoid relegation. 31% say Leicester and 11% say Leeds. Well, at the moment, it will be Leicester that are avoiding it. Solanke at the back, having to defend well. Uatara. We have a second goal at Elland Road, and Leeds' chance of staying in the Premier League are ever diminishing. They've never been in a positive mindset about staying up, Leeds fans, and certainly they aren't now, because it's a second goal for Tottenham. Leeds 0, Tottenham 2. Terrible. Terrible that is for Leeds. I'm surely that is them done and dusted. You would have to believe in that one. Leeds 0, Tottenham 2, and it's Pedro Porro with the goal to give Tottenham a 2-goal lead at Elland Road. Right then, back to Goodison Park then here. It is still goalless. Everton have a throw in on the right-hand side. Back there with Cody. Now Tarkovsky. McNeil lifts it over the top. Running on is Doucouré. Feels he was pushed there in the box, but the referee again waves away any penalty claims. And an easy catch there for Mark Travers to pick up for Bournemouth. Billing. Solanke. Christie. Feeds it down the left. Here's Uatara. Uatara to Brooks. Brooks breaking forward but beaten by Dwight McNeil. Really good for McNeil to break it back. And now going down the right-hand side, Everton. Onana up against Billing. Speeds past Billing. Feels he was fouled by Billing. And the free kick's been given to Everton. Onana. Foul committed on him. Free kick, Everton. Yeah, he just gets past them there. You can see he just gets ahead of Philip Billing, and Billing tries to challenge and gives away the free kick. Right then, so Everton readying up for this free kick. It's in a good area on that right-hand side. In a good space for them to whip it in. They've got height in there with Mina, Tarkovsky, Cody, etc. They've got height. Everton, that's one thing that can do them well. As this free kick is ready to be taken. Right-footed, whipped in, right across, cleared away. Well defended there by Jefferson Lerma, I think that was, and it is cleared away by Bournemouth as Pickford picks up in his own half. McNeil. Iwobi. Right-footed, tries to lift one into the box. Headed on, looking for Doucouré. There's a bit of a battle. It's nearly forced home. Oh, and how they got away with that, Bournemouth, I do not know. Mark Travers, I think he's made an incredible save here to deny Demarai Gray. It's a lovely ball by Iwobi, whipped in, headed on by Mina. It's bundling in the box, and Demarai Gray just heads it into the ground. It's not cleared away by Bournemouth. They head it down into the ground as Demarai Gray, and a fantastic save by Mark Travers. And then his defender helps him out to put it behind for a corner, but what a fabulous save as the ball whipped right across from the corner. Retreating there is Lerma. Lerma tries to play it across. Billing with a clearance. Brooks has it. Looks to be beaten, but Brooks tries to flick it round the corner. We have a fourth goal at the Emirates. We'll get there in a second. Here's Christie. And they now have the possession. Bournemouth. Everton have not scored there. Is baffling. And that's the issue this season. They have scored minimal amounts of goals. That's been the problem all season for Everton. The lack of goals has really cost them all season. 33 goals they have scored all season. That is lower now, as it stands, than Southampton, who have scored 3 already today. The goal at the Emirates has been disallowed, I believe. At the moment it says 4-0, but then it's said 3-0. So we'll keep an eye on that. I think it is 3-0. Just get a clarification on that. I think it is still 3-0. So it is still 3-0 at the Emirates. There was a 4th goal, but that was checked and has been disallowed by VAR. So Arsenal still lead by 3-0 at the Emirates. And the Everton fans will believe. That will really give them a lot of hope that they can get a goal in this game, because that is a huge opportunity from Demarai Gray. That doesn't go in. Mark Travers, an incredible save. Absolutely incredible to deny Bournemouth, or deny Everton, the chance to open the scoring. And a goal that could really mean so much to their season. As Ouattara gets the break of the ball from Garner. Ouattara goes through the middle, switches it out to the right-hand side, gets it to Brooks. Brooks with a cross. Oh, and right the way through, and Garner sees it out for the corner. So close for Bournemouth there too. Really good from Ouattara to come across the pitch. Feeds it to the right-hand side to Brooks. Brooks with a cross, right across goal, goes all the way through. And at the back post was Garner to just see it wide. Huge opportunity. And that goes for a Bournemouth corner on the left-hand side. We have a 3rd goal in the game at Old Trafford, and it's Manchester United that have turned it around against Fulham. 2-1 they now lead against Fulham. It was Bruno Fernandes with a goal. Right corner, Brooks, left-footed, whips it in, headed away, brought down by Christie as they'll recycle it again. Brooks will get another chance. Left-footed, whips it in again. Brooks, headed away this time again by Cody. Followed up by Tarkowski. Then coming in is Christie again. Gives it to Brooks. Feeds Christie. Christie at the byline. And gets a goal kick. Goal kick it is. Just wasn't sure there. Or have they... There's been a stoppage here. The referee's just having a chat. Stuart Atwell's just having a chat with Jordan Pickford. Unsure as to what that's about, but just blew his whistle and had a chat with Pickford there. As Everton have the goal kick. Pickford. Right to the right-hand side. For Mina. Mina's beaten off the ball, but that is a foul there, according to Stuart Atwell, and that will be a free kick to Everton. Mindblown says 2 more goals for the record. Indeed, yeah. Oh, there's a man gone down here. It's David Brooks. It's gone down. It's led to boos being sounded around Goodison Park. He's back up on his feet. I think they're going to make the substitution here. Looked like Jefferson Lerma indicated that he needed to be replaced. And David Brooks is seemingly walking off. But yes, 2 more goals, and we will have the record. As Southampton and Manchester United have both scored in the second half. We've now 19 goals. As Leicester fans, just seeing pictures from the King Power Stadium, Leicester fans holding their phones, their radios to their ears, waiting in anticipation, hoping that Bournemouth do keep Everton out here at Goodison Park. 35 minutes of this game remaining. Bournemouth have just made the change then. David Brooks is coming off, and he's been replaced by Matthias Vigna then in the midfield for Bournemouth as this free kick comes in from Everton. It's headed first time by Philip Billing, and Tarkowski will see that out for the throw into Everton. That's good from Tarkowski. Oh, sorry, we're 1 away from it, because Spurs have also scored in the second half. Forgot about that. We're 1 away from the record. 20 goals so far in these games. Doucouré with the strike! Goal! Abdoulaye Doucouré for Everton! It could be a crucial goal to keep Everton's 69 successive seasons in the top flight of English football alive. Huge goal. It's an incredible one too. And that's unbelievable. And Sean Dyche's team do lead here at Goodison Park. And that could be an unbelievably important goal for Everton to save themselves from relegation. Incredible from Abdoulaye Doucouré. It's a wonderful strike. Absolutely incredible. And the place has gone absolutely wild here. Sensational. What a moment this is for Everton fans. They hold on to this lead. They get the win here. And no matter what happens elsewhere, Everton will be safe. No matter what happens at the King Power Stadium in an Elland Road, as long as Everton are winning, Everton will be safe. That is unbelievable from Abdoulaye Doucouré. It's headed to the edge of the box. It's just bundled out to the edge. It's at the edge of the D, right-footed, bullet of a strike. No chance for Mark Travers. And it's just bowls right into the back of the net. Fantastic goal from Abdoulaye Doucouré. And complete delirium here at Goodison Park. The crowd go absolutely wild. And that is understandable, because they could be safe. There's always a twist in the tail in the Premier League. There's always jeopardy on the final day, but this is jeopardy at another level. Everton won, Bournemouth 0, and Everton will be safe as it stands. And just seeing pictures from the King Power Stadium, Leicester fans have heard the news that Everton lead, and they know that no matter what happens in their game, Everton will be safe at the moment. Goal at the game at the Emirates, 4-0 now for Arsenal. An incredible final day's display from Arsenal at the moment, 4-0 to them at the Emirates. But it's a more crucial goal here at Goodison Park. Sensational goal from Abdoulaye Doucouré that could save Everton in the Premier League. But Bournemouth haven't given up yet. Here's Christie. Christie in the box trying to flick it round. Everton tumbling themselves. But the referee's given a free kick for Everton here. Matthias Vigna seemingly involved and giving away the free kick there. Wow. There's already fireworks going off outside Goodison Park. A bit premature possibly, but you're not going to criticise them. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. The noise at Goodison Park is sensational, and almost an equalising goal for West Ham at the King Power Stadium as well. Almost 1-1 in that game. They hit the post, West Ham. Fine margins at the moment. As the flares going off here at Goodison, the visibility's getting worse. These Everton fans in incredible form at the moment. 1-0 up, and that's crucial. Here's Kelly then. Nice ball flicked on by Ouattara, but there's no one on the end of that one for Bournemouth. My goodness me. Well, this is what you call a Premier League final day. This is exactly what it's all about. And that goal, by the way, the Abdoulaye Doucouré goal, is the record-breaking goal. You couldn't write it. The 21st goal of the afternoon was Abdoulaye Doucouré for Everton, which breaks the Premier League record, followed up by Arsenal, who scored their 4th goal of the day. Incredible. Sensational indeed. Sensational. Wow. As it stands then, Everton will be safe. As I said, a win will be more than enough. Well, it will be enough at the moment. Although Leicester haven't given up hope yet. Leicester have got a second goal. 2-0 Leicester now, which means if Everton do concede and do slip up again, Leicester will be ready to pounce. Plus, an incredible final day for Southampton, it seems. They have scored a 4th goal against Liverpool now. It's Southampton 4, Liverpool 2. Sensational. Sensational there. My goodness me. So Leicester 2-0 up, which means if Everton do slip up, they will be there to pounce. It's Adam Armstrong to get that goal for Southampton, by the way, as well, to make it 4-2. Not a good final day for Liverpool, of course. They've nothing to play for now. They get 5th no matter what. But Jurgen Klopp would have wanted a positive end of the season for Liverpool, but it doesn't seem like it will be. And Southampton seemingly getting the 3 points there. 4-2 as it stands in that one. Great day for me. Anyway, let me just round it all up then as it stands, as we're getting to the last 27 minutes of the final day. Arsenal 4, Wolves 0. Aston Villa 2-1 up against Brighton. Brentford and City is goalless, the only goalless game of the afternoon. Chelsea 1, Newcastle 1. Crystal Palace 1-0 down against Nottingham Forest. A huge goal for Everton as they lead by 1-0 against Bournemouth to keep them safe. Tottenham 2-0 up against Leeds. But that means nothing if Villa don't drop points. And Leeds seemingly condemned to relegation now no matter what. Leicester 2-0 up against West Ham. They're ready to pounce if Everton do draw or lose. Manchester United 2-1 up against Fulham, pulled back from a 1-goal lead, and Liverpool have dropped the 2-goal lead to now concede 4 and be losing 4-2. Massive. My goodness me. This is sensational. Yerry Mina with an awkward header. Scrapping for the ball there, the pressure. Idrissa Gueye does well to get it back and fire it forward for Gray to chase. And the pressure pass from Senesi. Mark Travers just passes it back to Senesi with calmness and composure there from Mark Travers. Billing was pressured there, kept the ball. Senesi. Zabani knights it. Smith. Zabani again. Here is Senesi. Bournemouth tried to get the equaliser. They will push for it, no doubt. Ball to Solanke. Solanke in the box. Dominic Solanke beaten off the ball by Yerry Mina there. Good defending by Mina. Equalising goal in the game at Selhurst Park as well. Forest took the lead through Taiwo Awoniyi. But Crystal Palace have levelled it. Roy Hodgson could be his last game in charge of Crystal Palace. They're looking for a positive end to their season. 1-1 it stands at the moment there. Change for Bournemouth. Ryan Christie is being replaced by Kiefer Moore. So that is a change for Bournemouth there. Gunnar says, I think that Saka did get injured. Well, I hope it's okay. On almost 5-0. Also saying there, Gunnar. Well, I hope Saka is okay. Anyway, here's Iwobi. Onana. A second goal would wrap it up for Everton as the ball rocked right across the box. There's no one in there. And we'll go behind for a goal kick to Bournemouth. 25 minutes to go in this game. Everton 1, Bournemouth 0. As it stands, Everton will be safe. Just have to take a drink to really get to grips with this. Fantastic season. You know, this final day really sums up how crazy a season it's been. Sensational. Here's Idrissa Gueye. Feeds it into the box, but Billing is there to clear it away. Now Ouattara. Moore. Back with Lerma. Now to Senesi. Just taking a bit of a rest this game. Just giving us a time to breathe, to really get to grips with things at the moment. Here's Kelly. Billing. Billing out to the right-hand side to Smith. Smith to Ouattara. Now back to Senesi. Senesi over the top, looking for Ouattara again, but blocked by Everton. Iwobi's header's not great, but he does get it down, and Everton move the ball with McNeil, but then There is Zarari. Apologies for that, to win it back for Bournemouth as they have the pressure again. Kelly. Now Lerma. Down the right-hand side to go again. Smith. Smith whips a ball in. Headed away by Cody. And carried away is Garner. Garner lifts it over the top. Gray to chase. Up against Senesi. Damari Gray taken out there surely by Senesi. And that is a free kick to Everton. And a yellow card will come the way of Senesi here. So in the book goes the Bournemouth centre-back. As we have 1/4 of the game to go. Halfway through this second half. Everton 1, Bournemouth 0. As it stands, Everton will be safe. Leicester and Leeds will be relegated as it stands. So here we go. Damari Gray to take this free kick for Everton. On the right-hand side. Gray stepping up. Plays it short. They're running with the ball. The ball's played across the box. Bit of a deflection, but into the hands of Mark Travers. That safely there. Travers to Billing. Billing trying to force forward this Bournemouth team. And we have a goal at Elland Road, and maybe Leeds might want the craziest storyline. This will be the craziest storyline as Bournemouth whips a ball across. It's in the box. It's scrambling. Oh, and Mina gets it away. Ouattara picks it up. Still alive. And then there's a fight going on between Solanke and Pickford. Then Tarkovsky gets involved. Oh, it's really boiled over here. Massively. Players getting involved here, there, and everywhere. Always a bit of drama. But we have a goal at Elland Road. Leeds have got a goal back against Spurs. It's not good enough yet. They need to win that game and hope that both teams elsewhere drop points. It will be some story if they do it. Harrison with the goal for Leeds. There was a bit of drama there. And Solanke in the book. And Pickford, I think, will also join him in the book for that aggressive nature of things. And Pickford's gone down, it looks. That's not good for Everton. Pickford does go down. So that's not great. And there's yellow cards coming out. Here's another yellow card coming, I think. No, the referee's just holding his yellow card. Oh, no, he is giving a yellow card out. Smith. Well, as I was saying, Leeds would have some story if they did get the comeback, but it is seemingly almost over. Spurs have got another one. 3-1 Spurs now. Harry Kane once again, and a goal for Liverpool at St Mary's. Could they have the comeback on? Could they have the final say at St Mary's? 4-3. Cody Gakpo with the goal there for Liverpool. 4-3. What a game that is. 7 goals at St Mary's. No one would have predicted that. And Harry Kane with a third goal for Spurs to regain their 2-goal advantage. Jordan Pickford then getting a bit of treatment here at the moment. So that doesn't look good at the moment. So we will wait and see. I'm just hearing, I don't know if this is true, because I might go crazy if this is true. We might have an 8th goal at St Mary's. Everton are dealing with their goalkeeper at the moment. But a goal at St Mary's. 4-4. Incredible. Southampton 4, Liverpool 4. What a game. Sensational. So 2 goals for Liverpool there. Anyway. Wow, Diogo Jota with that goal. Sensational. I'm loving that. Anyway, 19 minutes to go here at Goodison Park. Doesn't look good for Jordan Pickford. He is getting treatment. Now, all this happened towards the end of... it all happened in that fight with Dominic Solanke. I think that was... He fell, kind of, Pickford. I haven't seen the replay of it yet, but... Yeah, It does look difficult. Right, let's have a look at the Premier League table as it stands then. So Leeds and Leicester will be relegated. Everton will be safe as it stands, though, with 2 points clear of relegation with this win at the moment. And it looks like it's all over for Leeds. 3-1 down. They're going to need to score 3 goals, not concede anymore, and hope that Everton lose and also Leicester City lose from a 2-goal lead. It looks impossible now for Leeds to stay up, and that is probably it is surely devastating for their fans, and it's surely losing a very historic club in the Premier League. But they haven't been good enough this season, and they will be relegated as it stands, though. You never know. There's just seeing the replays of all the incidents, all the fights, and all the drama. Dominic Solanke says he was scrabbed or bitten or something. He's showing the referee an injury issue. I don't know what's going on. It's gone completely mad here. We are still stopped with Jordan Pickford still getting treatment, by the way. So that will have a lot of additional time. We've been stopped for a good 3 minutes or so now. At the moment. Let me just round you up with all the scorelines elsewhere. Arsenal 4-0 up against Wolves. 2-1 to Villa. They will get Europa Conference League football as it stands. Brentford and City still goalless in that one. Chelsea and Newcastle drawing 1-1. Same scoreline at Crystal Palace. Forest 1-1. Everton leading 1-0 against Bournemouth. That will save them at the moment. Leeds 3-1 down against Tottenham. It seems over for Leeds, and Tottenham are ready to pounce if Brighton do get an equaliser. Leicester 2-0 up against West Ham. They're ready to pounce if Everton concede. And Manchester United leading 2-1 at Fulham. And what a game it is at St Mary's. Southampton 4, Liverpool 4. Incredible. Incredible in that one. Jordan Pickford did get that yellow card. He's back up on his feet, seemingly okay. If someone, I don't have the time to do it, but if someone could calculate how many goals that is, if you could just count down the screen, your left-hand side of your screen. I can't do it because I need to keep an eye on things, but if you could tell me just as it stands how many goals that is. We've already broken the record, but I would just love to know if you could tell me. If you could count that up for me, that would be fantastic, because I just need to keep an eye on everything going on. Pickford back up at his feet then, and we will have 16 minutes, but we will have a lot of additional time. Mindblown says 29. Thank you very much indeed for that. 29 says Francis. Thank you all for putting that in. 29 goals. What an amazing final day we've had so far. And we still have another 20 minutes or so still to go. So much still to go in this. A goal is needed somewhere to change the outcomes of things as they stand. With Villa winning, they will get 7th, and with Everton winning, they will stay in the Premier League. Those are the only two things that are really to play for this season. On this final day, as the ball's forward, Everton trying to consolidate and get a second maybe. And the ball away there by Bournemouth, cleared down the line for an Everton throw. And Garner readying to take this throw in. Referee just directing him to the right position to take the throw in. As Garner takes it. Referee says no foul on Onana there. He went to grind off Lloyd Kelly, but Lloyd Kelly got the header and put it out for a throw in, which has been given to Everton here. So Everton throw in here on the right hand side. Garner to take once again. 15 minutes plus additional time to go here at Goodison Park on this Premier League final day. Ball thrown in. Kelly with a header away. Solanke follows up. Brought down by Doucouré. Headed by Onana, who was challenging there, but Kelly wins that battle again and clears down the line. Kept alive though. Brought down by Bournemouth. Here's Lerma. Down the line tries to go Solanke, trying to set up. Oh, he does set up Christie, but then Cody does well to clear his lines. Or it was Vigna, actually, that was there. Matthias Vigna. And that was cleared away. And there was a free kick, I think, actually given to Everton there. Gunnar says, a fair play to Xhaka, legend he is. Scored 2 goals today, Granit Xhaka. Of course, we talked about when he scored that first goal. We talked about it. He's been linked with a possible move away from Arsenal this summer. Interesting enough, wanted to have a possibly final performance for Everton, or for Arsenal to be positive. Francis says, "Come on, Everton, time for a clanger. Let one in for fun." I thought you were an Everton supporter there until I read that bit. Will Everton have another free kick here? Remember, if Everton win, they will be safe. Anything other than a win, as it stands with Leicester winning, Everton will be relegated. It's that tight. One goal could change the favour of Everton once again. The goal that they've already scored has changed their favour in them staying safe. But if Bournemouth get an equaliser or more, they will be relegated, Everton, with Leicester winning 2-0. Gary O'Neill got a yellow card there. Must have been a protest of one of the free kicks, possibly, I'm guessing. Senesi. Smith lifting a ball, but that's no one in there. And Cody will just see that back to Pickford. As Pickford tries to break out from the back, here's Onana. Onana to Iwobi. Iwobi down the left-hand side, battling with Billing. And it will roll out of play for an Everton throw on the left-hand side. At the moment, we have a goal, I think, at the Emirates Stadium. We do. We'll get to that in a moment because you can probably guess what way it's gone. It is Arsenal again. It's Jakub Kivior. 5-0. 5-0 to Arsenal. It's Jakub Kivior with the goal for Arsenal. They lead by 5-0. Here is Lerma. Lerma lifts the ball over the top. Ouattara is there to battle, but Everton just get it away. Solanke trying to win it back, does so. Keeps it alive as Billing. Now, Lerma trying to force the issue. Now, Bournemouth, they would love an equalising goal if possible. And that would really change things. Senesi. And we have a goal at the King Power Stadium. Maybe Leicester's lead isn't as solid as we thought. Leicester have conceded. West Ham get a goal back. 2-1 to Leicester. It's not as solid as you would hope. They still lead. Still winning. Leicester would keep them on the tails. The coattails of Everton at the moment. 2-1 in that one. As Bournemouth break forward. Oh! Billing, and it's just cleared away. And then the man goes down. But the referee says no foul. As Everton have the chance to break. They have a chance to break here, Everton. Onana. Down the right goes Gray. Gray still breaking into the box. Demarai Gray lifts it. Behind from Demarai Gray. That. Wow. There was a big chance for Bournemouth down the other end. Billing fed it into the box and just had the chance and it was flicked away. But my goodness me, what a chance that would have been for Bournemouth to equalise in this game. And then down the other end goes Demarai Gray and that goes wide. Just loses his balance and just kicks it wide of the post. And behind for a goal kick. Right. I don't know how he keeps his composure, Sean Dyche. I have no skin in the game. I do not care what happens. I'm a neutral here, and I am nervous. I am on the edge of my seat because I don't know how managers keep their composure on days like this when so much is at stake. How the players keep their composure when so much is at stake. It's incredible. Smith lifts the ball into the middle. Flicked on by Kiefer Moore, I think that was, and it's cleared away. And out for a throw-in to Bournemouth, according to seemingly from Garner's reaction there. But Bournemouth have the throw on the left-hand side. Billing down the left. Lifts the ball over the top. As Moore's chasing, but cleared away by Everton. And now they've got a break on. Here's Alex Iwobi down the left-hand side. Iwobi lifts the ball into the box, but too much there for Demarai Gray to get. And that goes behind for a goal kick. Tech says, who do you support? Liverpool, I support. That's why I'm on the edge of my seat as well, with the result going at Southampton. It doesn't matter, but it's an incredible game. Anyway, and that Everton one goes out for a goal kick to Bournemouth. At the moment, Sean Dyche really frustrated there with that opportunity gone a begging. Billing. Senesi. Still going. Belling. Belling with the cross. Forward. It's still alive with Tara. It's still alive in the box to Curry with the clearance. Pressure building from Bournemouth. Into the last 8.5 minutes plus additional time. Incredible. Bournemouth starting to build momentum. Maybe Everton can't afford to just sit back and soak up the pressure, because Bournemouth have looked really threatening in certain areas. Here's Ouattara. Left-footed cross from Ouattara. Back post. And it's narrowly away over the head of Kiefer Moore. Wow. Narrowly away there for Bournemouth. It's Ouattara on the right-hand side. Left-footed cross and just inches ahead of Kiefer Moore, who's coming in on the goal above Mina. All he needed was their connection, and that would have been 1-1, but just inches ahead of him. Goes behind for a goal kick. And they're making another change. Bournemouth. Adam Smith is being replaced by Jaden Anthony, so they're going to throw everything at this now. Another attacking player for a defender. Craziness. And we have... I'll get the confirmation for it. I can see someone's already put it in the chat. I don't know if it's true yet. We will wait and see. And Everton are getting another change at the moment. There's more drama to come on this final day. The last 10 minutes in this one. And there is a goal at the Brentford Community Stadium, the D-Tech. And it's the champions that have conceded. Manchester City are a goal down at Brentford. Now remember, it seems unlikely now, but Brentford need to hope that Villa and Spurs drop points, which looks very unlikely, and them to win to get European football. They're winning, but the other results aren't going their way at the moment. They've done all the hard work, Brentford, to keep City out and to take the lead. Massive 1-0 Brentford in that one. Sensational. I think it's Ethan Pinnock with the goal, someone has said. Massive there. 1-0 Brentford. Bournemouth still pushing. Just over 6 minutes plus additional time to go. Everton 1, Bournemouth 0. Remember, Everton concede. Equaliser from Bournemouth would be a killer for Everton. They need a win with results going the other way for them to stay in the Premier League. As Bournemouth pushing and probing. Jaden Anthony on the right. Anthony whips a low cross in. They go down. No penalty there. As it's cleared away by Everton once again. Pressure still building. Pressure after pressure after pressure. So we're into the last few moments of games all around the grounds. Remember, if nothing happens as it stands, Villa will get 7th and Everton will be safe if it all stays as it is. As Everton break down the left-hand side, here's Alex Iwobi. Iwobi in the box, up against Anthony. Alex Iwobi, can he find a player? Well, he's trying to find the corner, but he gets a corner. Alex Iwobi is a deflection from Jaden Anthony. And Everton will have a corner here. Sensational. Goodness me. And Everton will make the change. Going to make a change here right now. It'll be Jamari Gray, it looks like, who's just gone down with an issue. So Jamari Gray looks to be like he will be replaced. It looks like Ellis Sims will be his replacement. We will see. It is Ellis Sims that is coming on. And just showing the pictures from the King Power Stadium with it being 2-1 there. But of course, remember, they need the result to go their way in this stadium for them to get safety, which at the moment it is not going their way. Damari Gray is clapped off here as we just have a look quickly at the game at the King Power Stadium. Leicester and West Ham 2-1 as it stands. Damari Gray has been replaced by Ellis Sims at the moment. Just you can see there the live pictures, or the live play-by-play from Leicester and West Ham game at the moment there. But that means nothing as long as Everton are winning. As Everton have a corner here. Ellis Sims has been brought on for this corner. Corner whipped in, left-footed, back post. Bill bundling, and it will go out for another corner. It will do indeed. It comes off Billing. So another corner for Everton. The opposite side this time, though. Fun says City is a laughingstock like Liverpool. They're the champions. An electric atmosphere at the Emirates. I'm sure it is. 5-0 up for Arsenal. What a final day display they have put on at the Emirates. Disappointing end to the title race for them, but an ultimately positive season in their progress under Mikel Arteta. And Everton have a corner here on the left-hand side. It's James Garner from this corner. So Garner to whip this ball in. Right-footed. Deep one. It's headed away by Bournemouth. Brought down by McNeil. Garner will say it to McNeil. McNeil will whip it in. Back post. Coming in there was Tarkovsky, but it's over the bar. And goal kick to Bournemouth. Last couple of minutes. 2.5 minutes plus additional time as we're into added time at St. Mary's. Southampton 4, Liverpool 4. Is there time for a winner in that one for either team? We will wait and see. As we wait then, moments away from things being confirmed towards the end of this Premier League season. Right on the final day, into the last few moments of this season, which has been sensational right the way throughout. We've brought you all the vast majority of the games here in the Premier League this season. We've so enjoyed it. I've so enjoyed it. Hope you have too. We still have minutes to go here. Jadon Anthony for Bournemouth. There could be another twist in the tail before we do conclude the season. Senesi lifts one. Headed away by Tarkovsky as Everton try and do damage limitations to get the ball away and to run the clock down. Iwobi chested down. Alex Iwobi. Ellis Sims looking to go on the run, but Iwobi will keep the possession for the moment. As Iwobi plays it across to Onana. Now on the right-hand side here with Garner. Back to Mina. Mina to Garner. Garner wins the throw-in. Gunnar says, amazing games we have here. It is. It's been incredible this final day. Sensational. From minute one to right to where we are now. It's been absolutely fantastic. The ball's thrown in by Everton. Bournemouth pick it up and clear it down. Looking for a possible optimistic ball. It's headed away. The Doucouré heads it. But then it's brought down by Senesi for Bournemouth. Kelly looks to try and feed it forward, but Vigna can't get on the end of that one, and Garner clears his lines. Last minute of the 90 here at Goodison. I'm sure we'll have a good bit of added time with a stoppage for Pickford. So Senesi to Kelly. Kelly breaks away from the challenge of Onana and brought down by Idrissa Gueye. Free kick to Bournemouth, I think. It seems it is. So Bournemouth free kick. There. They'll throw all the bodies into the box. This could be crucial. Could be a really good chance for Bournemouth to equalise this set piece as we just surpassed the 90-minute mark here at Goodison. 6 added minutes at Leicester. And we will have 10 added minutes here at Goodison. It was always going to be that way. This game was going to run on longer. 10 minutes added on. The corners or the free kicks whipped in. Headed away by Everton. So we have 6 minutes at the King Pyre. So the King Pyre will know the final score before we know the final score here. Which would mean, of course, this is the game that it's all on. 10 minutes of added time is an amount that is incredible. And they are going through all sorts of nerves. And you would not want to be in the shoes of anyone in this position on this final day. And they're supporting their side right now, the Everton fans. They still believe as they have the advantage. As Bournemouth on here. Oh, blocked finally. And he's denied by Connor Cody. But the flag was up anyway. The flag was up, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. But Connor Cody's gone down here. Bournemouth were fed in behind. It was Ouattara fed him behind, but he was offside. Just made the run too quickly, but it didn't matter anyway. The whole block from Connor Cody as it was offside. So 10 minutes of additional time. Indeed, here it is a shock, but of course Jordan Pickford was down for quite a few minutes. Plus we've had a lot of stoppages and substitutions and a lot of interruptions in the second half to see the 10 minutes. But this is sensational. 10 minutes of additional time. We'll get you all the full-time scores. We'll round up all the final day scores for you when they come in. But we have our first full-time. Crystal Palace 1, Nottingham Forest 1. Sensational. So that's the first full-time score of the afternoon at Selhurst Park, as Jordan Pickford has this free kick then to kick away after that offside from Bournemouth. It's Bournemouth try and battle for it back with Kelly, and Onana was battling there, but get it back to Travers. Travers gives it to a centre-back. Out wide to Anthony. Anthony back to the centre-back there to Travers. Travers out to the left-hand side to Kelly. Remember, one goal would change the whole dynamics of the game and the outcome of relegation at the moment between Everton and Leicester, as it seems. Leeds seemingly done and dusted. And Onana goes down. Referee says no, free kick. And now Bournemouth have the ball, trying to go on the break. Billing challenged in there. Kept the ball, Billing. And brought down. That's a free kick to Bournemouth. So a foul on foul by Idrissa Gueye on Philip Billings. That'll be a free kick to Bournemouth. All the other games still going underway. 9 games still going. We've just had full times come in from the Brentford Community Stadium. They've beaten City on the final day. Bagholding are the champions, beaten on the final day. And across Manchester, the red side of Manchester will be much happier as Manchester United have turned around a 1-goal deficit to win 2-1 at Old Trafford on the final day. Full-time score there, Manchester United 2, Fulham 1. Those 3 full-time scores coming in. So 7 games remaining of the 10. As Bournemouth fire the ball forward. Header by Moore, brought down by Vigna. Saved by Pickford. What a save by Pickford. Still alive. Moore whips it in. Still battling was Anthony. Brought down by Billing. Billing whips a ball in and gathered by Pickford. What a save by Jordan Pickford. Insurmountable, that is. Sensational. That could be a relegation saving save. Sensational from Pickford. Ball from Moore. Falls down to Vigna. Vigna with a strike. It's identical to the Couré chance, really. And a big save by Pickford. Massive to deny Bournemouth the equaliser. Full time at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 1, Newcastle 1 on the final day. Full time at the Emirates. Arsenal 5, Wolves 0. Massive final day score for Arsenal. They end their Premier League season with a win. All 3 relegation games, all the 4 games that have something on them still going. Full time at St Mary's. 4-4 is finished there. What a game that is. As Bournemouth have the ball in the box. And they get it away. As Everton look to go on the break with McNeil. And now they have the overload. Here's Doucouré. There's 2 balls on the pitch, but Doucouré's running here. Abdoulaye Doucouré at the angle. And just goes out for a corner. Goodness me. So Southampton and Liverpool draw 4-4 at St Mary's. And a goal for Spurs makes it 4-1 now. So Elland Road will see Leeds be relegated. That will go full time in a moment. And Aston Villa have European football once again. Aston Villa 2-1, it's finished against Brighton. And they finish 7th. Sensational. Wonderful for Villa. They have Europa Conference League football. And what a job Unai Emery's done. Everton have a corner then. Still have 4 minutes to go in this one. So still a long way to go. Only 3 games still going in the Premier League. And it's the 3 relegation games at the moment. Billing. Full time at the King Power. Leicester 2, West Ham 1. So Leicester have done their job. They now wait in anticipation and hoping that Bournemouth can't do them a favour. But as it stands, Leicester will be relegated. as it stands, but it's not over yet. And Bournemouth have Everton have a free kick, sorry. So Everton have a free kick. Wow. Still 3.5 minutes to go here. Leicester wait in anticipation. They all wait for this moment. Still 3 minutes or so. Full time in the game between Leeds and Tottenham. And that is official. Leeds United are down. They are relegated. Leeds United haven't done anywhere near enough this season to remain in the Premier League. And they are down. Officially. Leeds are down. But Leicester still have hope that they can stay up. If Bournemouth can get a late equaliser here, they would be still in the Premier League. But Sam Allardyce couldn't do it for Leeds, who were beaten very well on the final day, 4-1. Everton have a throw-in. Onana on the right-hand side. Goodness me. Goodness me. So this is the last game that is live. Every other game has finished in the Premier League. Everton 1, Bournemouth 0. 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes to go. When Everton have this throw in on the right-hand side. They're looking to keep the possession, but Bournemouth get the throw in. Oh, surely there isn't another twist in the tail. Surely. You never know in the Premier League. Is Bournemouth on the break? Tarkowski does well to recover and boots it out of play for a Bournemouth throw. Still 2 minutes remaining. Still a lot of time left for Everton to hold on. They're desperately trying to get that equaliser, Bournemouth now. And that's poor. That is poor. They've given it away. Really good from Amadou Onana to win Everton the throw-in. 90 seconds to go here at Goodison Park. It's really do or die now for Bournemouth. If they want to help out Leicester, they need to do it quickly. The Leicester players watching on at the King Power Stadium, waiting in anticipation. They need an equalising goal for Bournemouth to save them and to relegate Everton. But at the moment, it will be Leicester that will be going down as it stands. The ball forward from Bournemouth again, headed away by Everton. Iwobi with a clearance. Brought down by Kelly. Chests it. Under pressure from Sims. Kelly fires it down the line. Header from Moore. Bit of a scramble. Doucouré with a header. Fly kick there from Senesi, but that's out of play for a throw into Everton. Last minute of the 90 of the 100 minutes in this game. This will be a sensational finish of Leicester do eventually stay up if Bournemouth do get an equalising goal, but it looks so slim and so unlikely now. With 20 or so seconds remaining, it would have to be some finish if they were to do it. But they're calling for the final whistle. Full cheers around Goodison Park, but it's still not over yet. Bournemouth have a throw. Is there enough time to get them up the pitch for one last attack? Throw in. Lerma. Ball down the line. Referee still not blowing his whistle. Still going. Billing. As we've hit over the 100 minutes. Ouattara. Out to the left-hand side is Anthony. Anthony trying to go forward. Bournemouth get the throw. This could be a huge tackle, that. And that's it! Full-time score from Goodison Park. And that is it. Leicester are down. And Everton have done it on the final day to save themselves. Leicester are down. Everton are safe. And the goal from Abdoulaye Doucouré, what a strike it was, has saved Everton on the final day. Leicester are in the Championship. They will join already relegated Leeds and Southampton. And Everton survive once again. 2 successive seasons they have been threatened with relegation. But on both occasions, they have avoided it. The only goal of the day from Abdoulaye Doucouré at Goodison Park. And that is the crucial goal that saved Everton in the end. Incredible. Let's have a look at the table then as it is finished. in this incredible Premier League season. Everton finished 17th, 2 points above Leicester. With Leicester winning wasn't enough to save them on the final day. Everton win and the crowds have filled Goodison Park. But this is unbelievable. Congratulations to Everton, who are safe once again. They will keep their run of 69 successive seasons in the top English top flight going. Only Arsenal have done it for longer. But Leicester's spell in the Premier League, which has seen them win the Premier League, but has also seen them now relegated from it. We will get all details from around the grounds in just a moment, but this is an incredible finish to the day in the Premier League. This is what football clubs can do. This is what home teams can do and home crowds can do. Everton fans really play their part in this team. Every single season, they fight to the death. Sensational. Absolutely incredible. And it is you just can't believe what has happened on this final day. They done their job, and they done it just about. And what a way to get the goal too from Abdoulaye Doucouré, but that is sensational. Everton is safe. Leeds and Leicester are relegated, and they get another season in the top flight. Full-time score from Goodison Park. And all the Premier League goals will get the full-time scores from all of them in a moment. Everton 1, Bournemouth 0.
Contrast on the screens in front of me. Leicester fans in tears, Leeds fans in tears. There's an element of defiance among some of the Leeds fans as well. And Goodison is a mixture of relief and celebration and blue flares and absolutely, Stephen Warnock, exhausted men in blue.
Yeah, and do you know what, chappers, credit to them, because they threw everything into it. Defensively, they were organised, they were solid, they covered each other. The midfield of Garner Gay, Doucouré, Iwobi was outstanding as well, give him credit, but James Garner as well on that right hand side. What a performance from such a young man, inexperienced within the Premier League. He was showing so much composure on the pitch, but that is, it's a performance that was solid, organised. They built into the game, they grew into the game. I've never sampled an atmosphere like that in a long time. That was brilliant. I mean, to be here and to be part of that is brilliant. Loved it.
You could pick out all the players at times, couldn't you? Whether that was Cody and Tarkowski and Mina, whether it is those players, and you've mentioned some of them who played out of position today because that's what the club needed them to do. Whether it was Pickford for his save at the end, having done whatever he did whatever he did to his finger or his hand. I mean, every single one of them in some way, you could highlight an element of their performance.
Yeah, and that'll be the big thing at the end of the game, where Sean Dyche, I'm sure, in the changing room will say, it's not Doucouré's goal, it's everything, it's a collective. It was every single player has contributed to that performance, and they absolutely have, because when a man got beat, there was another one alongside who was tracking his man and clearing up the mess that.
Welcome back to the final part of the Premier League final day here on LFS as we wrap up all the full-time scores. And what a day we have had. Villa getting European football and Everton remaining in the Premier League by the skin of their teeth. Sensational, that is. And it's just wonderful. Just wonderful. Another incredible final day. Let's run you through them then. Arsenal had a convincing end to their season, a 5-0 win over Wolves at the Emirates. Goals, for 2 from Granit Xhaka, a goal from Saka, Jesus and Kivior to make it 5, as Arsenal got 3 points to end their season. Villa qualified for the Europa Conference League. They needed a win to secure that, and that is what they got against Brighton. 2 goals from Douglas Luiz and Ollie Watkins, and a goal from Dennis Undav for Brighton. But this was huge for Aston Villa and Unai Emery, who's done an incredible job, and they finished 7th. Brentford become the only team this season to do the double over the champions. Brentford beat Manchester City by a 1-0 at the G-Tech Community Stadium. The only goal coming from Ethan Pinnock in the 85th minute to give Brentford the 3 points. It wasn't enough to get European football, but surely a very, very good end to the season for them, who finished 9th on 59 points. Chelsea got a 1-1 draw against Newcastle, who have European football next season. Newcastle Champions League, what a season for them. Anthony Gordon with the goal for Newcastle before Kieran Trippier's own goal equalised for Chelsea. 1-1 at finish there. Chelsea, their lowest points ever in a Premier League season. Another 1-1 draw. Crystal Palace drew 1-1 with Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest got the goal through Taiwo Awoniyi in the first half before Will Hughes equalised in the second to give Roy Hodgson an unbeaten end to his reign in charge of Palace at interim charge. Both safe from relegation, 11th and 16th respectively for Bournemouth, or for Crystal Palace and Forest. Everton got the crucial 1-goal win over Bournemouth on the final day to secure safety. Abdoulaye Doucouré in the 57th minute gave Everton the 1-goal lead, and 1-0 it finished, which gave them the 3 points that they most certainly needed and deserved. They finished 17th, just 2 points above relegation. Bournemouth finished 15th, already safe before today. Leeds were relegated at home after a 4-1 defeat to Spurs. Leeds needed a miracle today. They needed to win and hope that Leicester and Everton both lost. But it was them that lost, and it was Leicester and Everton that both won. Leeds conceded 4. Big Sam couldn't do the job that he is most recognised with doing at saving clubs from relegation. He couldn't do it with Leeds, who end up now 5 points adrift of safety when the season has concluded. Spurs finish 8th. No European football for Spurs next season. They needed a result from Villa. They needed Brighton to do them a favour and get a result at Villa, but they couldn't do so. But a win would mean nothing for Spurs in the end. A win for Leicester meant nothing in the end. They hoped that it would, and at one point it did mean something. Harvey Barnes took the lead, and at that point it was 0-0 at Goodison, which was enough to save Leicester. They consolidated that, got a second goal, but it came too late because Wout Faes took it in the 62nd minute, but it didn't matter at that point. Everton were 1-0 up, and it was a Leicester win, and eventually West Ham got a goal 11 minutes before time, Pablo Fornals, but a Leicester win wasn't enough to save them. Manchester United overturned a 1-goal deficit against Fulham. Kenny Tete opened the scoring in that one at Old Trafford. Alexander Mitrovic missed from the penalty, saved by David De Gea, to deny a second goal for Fulham before Manchester United equalised through Jadon Sancho. They then took the lead through Bruno Fernandes in the second half, which saw them out a 2-1 win. And a sensational game to wrap us all up and to wrap up the Premier League season at St Mary's. 8 goals in total. Liverpool took a 2-goal lead. Diogo Jota and Roberto Firmino. Roberto Firmino's final game for Liverpool, and that took them 2-0 up. James Ward-Prowse got one back. Then Kamaldeen Sulemana got the second and the third to put Southampton 3-2 up. They went 4-2 up Southampton with Adam Armstrong before 2 goals in 2 minutes from Liverpool got them back level. Cody Gakpo and Diogo Jota with his second to get Liverpool a draw eventually out of that one. Southampton 4, Liverpool 4. Amazing end to the Premier League season. And let's just show you the table from top to bottom then, from the as it finishes in this incredible Premier League season. First, let's show you the top half. Then this is how it finished. Manchester City, confirmed as champions last week, and lifted the trophy against Chelsea. They were beaten today, but they get the win, or they get the title, 89 points there. Arsenal got the win today, but they closed the gap to 5 points on City. But of course, they finished second. Champions League football for Arsenal next season for the first time in a long while. Manchester United confirmed their top 4 spot in the week, and they've bettered it. They finished third, 4 points ahead of Newcastle, with Newcastle finishing fourth. Liverpool finished fifth. They've got Europa League football, 4 points adrift of top 4. That's the first time they haven't finished in the top 4 since Jurgen Klopp's second season in charge. Brighton finished 6th in the league. A very, very good season they finished, and got European football for the first time in their history. Aston Villa finished up the European spots with a win on the final day against Brighton, and they got 7th. And then to finish off the top half, Spurs finished 8th, Brentford finished 9th, and Fulham finished 10th. And then in the bottom half, 11th to 20th, we'll start from the top of this. 11th finished Crystal Palace, a positive season and a mid-table season for them. Mid-table for Chelsea, or lower than that. Their lowest points finish in the Premier League. 44 points, finished 12th. Could have been worse for them today if results went the other way. Wolves beaten 5-0 on the final day, but they got safety a good few weeks ago under Julien Lopetegui. Massive for them. West Ham had their thoughts elsewhere today. They were beaten by Leicester, but they have their thoughts on a European final, their first European final in 47 years. Bournemouth, despite being beaten today, they confirmed safety a few weeks ago too, as they finished 15th. Nottingham Forest got safety with their win over Arsenal, and that confirmed the title as well. They were also got a draw out of today. They finished 16th on 38 points, and that means, as I was saying there, Fulham, Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest, 3 teams that came up last season, they have all stayed in the Premier League. Massive. Not often that happens, but it has happened this season. And Everton clinched their safety on the final day with a win against Bournemouth. And the 3 teams that are going have gone to the Championship. Leicester, Leeds and Southampton have all been relegated. Southampton were relegated a few weeks ago, and Leicester and Leeds have been relegated today on the final day. And that is how the Premier League season ends. Another incredible Premier League season. We have seen ups and downs, topsy-turvy, all the way through the season. It's been non-stop this season, and we have absolutely loved every single moment of it. It has been wonderful. And to be fair, I have to say that this has been one of the most amazing Premier League seasons of recent history. The fact that this could happen is wonderful. Wonderful. And to be fair, we're not finished. We have so much more to come here in LFS towards the end of the season. So much still to come before we wrap it all up. Because, look, at the end of the day, there is so much to come here in LFS with the Europa League final, Europa Conference League final, Champions League final, FA Cup final. So much to come that we will give you every single step of the way. Plus, we can give you this. Just as I get the graphic up, you might have realised that I was delaying a bit there. But I'm getting this up. The new Premier League season, the 2023-24 Premier League season, starts this August. And you can catch them all live here on LFS. We're back for another season. And these are the 20 confirmed teams. Arsenal, Aston Villa, Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Everton, Fulham, Liverpool, Man City, Manchester United, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest, Spurs, West Ham, Wolves, and the 3 newcomers, Burnley, Sheffield United, and Luton Town. Those are your 20 teams for next season. Fixture release day is Thursday, the 15th of June. Just a few weeks away before you know who your teams will be facing on which day next season. All the fixtures released on the 15th of June, and we will have a live stream specially for that for you on the 15th of June. But the Premier League season comes to a close. Another one will start in August, but we will take a break from then. A fantastic season, a wonderful season we've seen here in the Premier League, and I would like to thank everyone who has joined us all the way throughout this season for the support that we have seen all through the season. It's been difficult, ups and downs, and we have grown this channel massively. I started it back in July of last season and thought I wanted to do something. I wanted to cover football matches, and I have done. And I have had an unbelievable season covering Premier League football. It is all thanks to you who watch the streams every single week, who tune in, who communicate, who get involved in the chat every single week. So I would like to thank you personally for joining us every single week and for enjoying the coverage that I have covered here on LFS over this season. We will be building and we will be back better for another Premier League season next season. But to finish, I hope you've really enjoyed the Premier League this season. I have, and we'll be back for more in the summer. But don't forget, we've more football to come on LFS, and the Europa League final is our next stream here on LFS. Don't forget, we'll have a full season review of the Premier League tomorrow from 5. I'll be hosting a special video tomorrow for the Premier League review. I'll be going through the relegated, the champions, everything that has happened. We'll go right through it tomorrow, 5 o'clock on LFS. But the Europa League final on Wednesday at 8 o'clock, Sevilla against Roma, to decide who will be Europa League champions. That is on Wednesday. But for me, here this afternoon, here on LFS, I would like to thank you once again for your support this season. And I hope you have a great summer. And the Premier League will return in the summer. See you then. Have a very good afternoon. Bye-bye.